Today might be the day that she slips back in here, and I'm going to go over some finer points of this here in just a minute. I want to make sure I need to know where. There's my white mark on that one. So you can tell not all of those are. I'm not going to climb back in here again. See, there's a stud, and then there's a bolt, and then there's a stud. So you try to get it so that the torque converter is matched up to the flex plate before you drop it in there, of course. And there's your lineup pin holes there. And let's just see where we are. Yeah, look at that. See, I'm not too far off. I don't know. A little bit off. Well, the thing to do here today is I'm going to take her up. I'm going to get my tilt device and get the residuals of the oil, the break-in oil, or the washout oil. Maybe we need to come up with another term because we're not breaking it in with that oil that I drained the other day. So let's get it up, tilt it, see what comes out of the pan, wash the pan out one more time, and see what we got here. Pretty soon I'm going to be able to clean up underneath this car. It will be 1 year and a couple of months. I had a couple of people ask me about the Softail Deluxe. There she is, sitting in the sun. Gonna have to stop that. So she is a Deluxe. And I just think the world of her. And it's just a little bit of grime there, I hope. Yes, all it is. And so that happened. So she's got the 110 kit. The Screaming Eagle went from 96 cubic centimeters, I think, to 110, done at the dealer by a fella named Punch. And I gave Punch a couple of Strongberg carburetors that originally came off this car, and he did an extra good job for me. The block has to be pulled out, and it has to be milled a little bit to accept the larger jugs. It's all in the world that you need, and probably too much. My understanding is you can cam. You can, hang on. You can cam these motors and get even more out of them if you want to. See down there? Those are the feet to the bathtub that you see sitting in my backyard. One day, I'll have a nice big bathroom again, and I might have somebody come and do the work on that. So let's get back to this and get back to our program. Just a couple of little sidelines, and try to refamiliarize myself with what's going on here. So let's get it back to top dead center number one. I know that it happens to be off just a little bit. I'm just trying to look around and see. So let's take her up and drain her out and move along. Okay. A little cool down cow juice in there. If it's good enough for Steven Crowder, it's good enough for me. Let's take a look over here. See if anything's settled out. And oh, dead fly. Sorry, fella. That's a horrible way to go. Like the La Brea tar pits there. This is the oil filter from the other day. And let's just see if... Oh, wow! I'm stunned by that. Look at the dirt that came out of this filter. I'll be daggummed. Well, I don't think that settled in there overnight. Okay, so that's short life but a merry one for this filter. I am not going to mess with that. So, I don't see a groundhog. He seems to be long gone now. So there's where you put your filters. Put them in some fireproof can outside of your shop, okay? Well, since it's lost off the other channel, I wanted to show my Yeti cow cup I made about 2 years ago. Holding up fine. You do the black, you do the foil tape, you do the white, or vice versa, and you end up with this, and then you clear coat it. And that's your Yeti cow cup. Cows, 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 cows. All right, she's unwrapped. She's not too many degrees off of TDC. So let's get the distributor. Let's drain the oil out. That's what it's going to do. Okay. Tell you what, a man can live like that. And then you turn this, and you can tilt the wheel this way. I'm only doing this to drain the little bit of oil out of it, so I won't go much further than that. So let's just stay real time here. I think I'm going to move this for now. And I got to tell you, I can't stand it anymore. There. Phew. Boy. Absolutely right. Oh, no wonder they leave these things behind when you move, because they just come apart, even with a little box tape. Sheesh, I'm happy to have it, but it is a disposable item, it looks like. Okay, so let's get back to this. Don't go underneath this thing too much. Oh, look at the oil that's caught in there. I'm just going to leave that there. Keep it from dripping. Boy, I'd hate for that thing. Well, while I'm right here, let's talk about this. Put your motor mounts on first, like we have discussed, because it has these, and this is a good angle to see them, these wings that slide on the frame, and we'll do that hopefully in just a minute. And I hate even reaching under the thing. I might need both hands for this, so let's see, bolt on, wrench on the bolt. Okay, okay. Probably should have had a glove on. Let's just see what we catch here. You know, I saw Ed China rebuild a whole MGA motor or something while it was hanging. I don't think I got a stomach for that. But let's just see what 2 days of sitting here gives you. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, that's a lot of oil. It's almost worth jacking up the back of the car. I'm not going to spray any more brake fluid in it. I've done a couple videos on this. Now, this was not dripping too much when I closed it off a couple of days ago. And you end up with this in the bag and this coming out of there. Alright, I feel like moving along, so I don't think that much Briggs & Stratton non-detergent 30 weight oil in there is going to hurt anything. What do you think's left in there? 2 ounces or less? An ounce probably. So let's look at her one last time. GM2. I'm not going to mess with her too much. Don't put your feet underneath anything, because I did that before and I hurt my left foot rather badly, not thinking. So, okay. Yeah, I'll have to blow all of that out of there. Okay, so you put WD on it, it keeps it from rusting. But now I'm going to tell you, don't think you're going to come back and fix this up later, okay? Because it would be tragic to lose your drain plug right when you're at the edge of victory here. So I'm not going to go too hard on it, because I'm going to double check everything once I get her in the car. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it's like not losing ENT there. It's cloudy with a little debris in it. You can see some of it floating around. And I cleaned this rather thoroughly before we started. Okay. All right, let's get the distributor on her. Ugh, all over you. All right, crunch time's on us now. My 2 bolts are up there high. Let's put that back there. And we'll pump that up a little bit. It held up overnight. I'm surprised by that. So my 2 bolts are high. I'll have to sort of align that. Okay, I got the distributor in. and what I believe to be number 1 here. And if it ain't number 1, and I got it just tight enough to where I can barely move it, and I've got it maybe 6 or 8 degrees advanced. I don't know what's right yet, because you just don't know what's right yet. So we're right about here. So we want the, let's take a look there. I'm telling you. So we're going to have to go a little bit that way. And that's going to throw us off a little bit. Ooh. I just need 2 hands. Trust me on this. Just line that up. And pray, I guess. I'm in no hurry. I wanted to show you my little idea here. So, in order not to knock these out while you're trying to get it together, I got a little bit of, was that my phone dinging? I don't know. I got a little bit of the 3M rope caulk, the ubiquitous everlasting, and I put a little ball of it right there. This is just an assist, and it can't hurt it being there. It's not going to get in your way when you go to tighten it up or anything. And when you put it down in the hole with a little rope caulk on it, you can make it stay right about there, and then the bolts will stay right there. Okay, and this is pretty sensitive here, so now I got to go back this way a little bit. Okay, skitty. Guys, I got to tell you, it just seemed like the thing to do. This is going to be edited because I'll be in the shot and I'm not allowed to do that. But, all right, fellas, this is going to be it. We got her up in the air. Let me tell you what I had to do. I had to kind of rethread up there because that's at a slight angle. I had to sort of let it down and take the cable and move it over here so it would dance over there and not drop down on you. So I believe I'm high enough, and this may be heavily edited because I'll be in the shots. So I just wanted to do what I could to show you the procedure. Maybe if I do it like this, I don't know. I'm going to try to give some of this to you. Okay. Now, we're going to push the gantry back. And the thing to do is to align the motor best you can. Now it wants to twist around. All right, well that's okay. We'll twist it back around. Okay. So you got to make sure your gantry stems on both sides are tall enough. Hooked over here on something. All right, so let's try to go this way some. Okay, so now I can come out a little bit and get past this dumb thing here. Come on, got to twist it. It's not shaking around too much, is it? Okay. Now, she's slipping into there. Let's go down some. Be sure and put your piece of wood in front of your air conditioning condenser. Alright, that makes you feel a little better. Okay, so here we go, fellas. Okay. Okay, she is resting on the mounts. Wow. Well, Mick's going to get a picture of this. And this is going to make the great still shot here. So let's just see where we are. We are still able to move the motor. I can't see the... So I think if I bring the transmission up some, you see that white right there? That's the... I marked a stud with white out. So we are forward a good number of inches. I will not be able to film this, but I feel like we're at least in somewhat of a safe spot. Let's see where we are on this mount. Okay, so let's bring the gearbox up some. This is in the way, but I think I can see enough. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was just the handle of the jack hitting the car. Okay, so I think we can just push back and see. Let's see where this hole is here. Yeah, see, that hole's there. So we're going to have to use the old tilt thing and tilt her back some. And that's not going to work but so much. Okay. Ooh, I can just move it with one hand. The odds of me doing this with one hand is pretty nil. But it's I'm working it in. Just trying to give you a little bit of a thrill of the action. I am not far off of that stud. Now, this is the... I need both hands, but I'm sure that you can see. Let me just put you here. You can't really see, but I can talk to you. All right. I think that dinging might be the studs hitting the holes on the flex plate, so I can get the gearbox up a little bit more. I can't reach that one because of the gantry. Let's see if I can sneak my way in there, and at least I can see it. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can give her just a little bit of a pump. Okay, and I mean, you're talking millimeters at this point. And that's the jack slipping down on us. Let's see if I can see through the starter. Where I am. If I get... I think the engine needs to be rotated just a little bit clockwise. When you're doing this, a little bit means a little damn bit. It don't mean a lot. I can't really tell. Let's go this way a little bit. Anti-clockwise a little bit. No, that ain't the ticket. my finger up in there. Now, those alignment dowels are your friend now. Okay, so let's go clockwise a little bit. Maybe I can at least see the stud. Let's just move it that little tiny bit. I'm afraid to hit that button on the hoist because it just moves so much, so fast. I can see it in the pins. Let's move the gantry back a little bit, and that'll give me a little bit more pressure on the... Okay. Maybe she'll pop into place now. I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. Let's move this one back some. Boy, I'm pouring sweat. I can't see. And it's not hot. It's just doing this. Okay. I only got 8 minutes left on that thing. Okay. I got the gantry pushed back to get a little bit of spring force on making the motor go back some. Now I just moved the gantry with my foot. I don't know what to do. Let's go down on the gearbox a little bit. Well, let's go up on the gantry a little touch. And I mean about... There you go. Boom. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Oh my gosh. I gave it a little half a bump on the gantry. And I got... Look at that. She's flush here. And that's the way it goes. You're just a couple of millimeters off. And all of a sudden... Let's see if I can wedge myself in here. And get my hand, I got this, I should have pulled that off. Let's see if I can get that started. That's almost flush. Let me tighten it up and we'll come back, okay? What? Oh, that's dinging. It sounds like my phone when the camera thing hits that. Jeez. Jeez Louise, let's see what I can. Maybe the next shot I'll have a couple of bolts in. Well, I got all 6 bolts in. I'm kind of beat. It's not hot. It's actually kind of a pleasant day. And I'm just pouring off of me. So I'm trying not to get it down in the cylinders, of course. So I got all 6 bolts in, the bell housing bolts. I just dropped the motor and it just snuggled right into place there. And I already pulled the gantry bolts off. So we can lose this now. And it'll only go to right there, and that's good enough for me. And there she is. And I'm going to see about getting the motor mount bolts in there. Everything's just snug. I even got one of the flex plate nuts on. How many flex plate nuts are there? Okay. Who knows where all that other hardware went? It'll go somewhere. All right. So I got 5 to go. Now I didn't tighten that one. I think that's an original one there. But I'm going to use these NINs. And I don't know what they are. 5/16, 24 maybe. I don't know. And so the thing is, I can do this from top side. You might can see where I got that one on there. Right there. It probably won't focus. It's trying. Come on, baby. You can do it right there. That NIN right there. You can see the gears of the starter wheel. And I got one on, just didn't put it on tight. It's easy enough to rotate the motor around. Before I do that, I'm going to blow it out though, because I don't think I got any junk in there, but you might be thinking wrong. So you want to get your mind right when you're doing this stuff. You don't want to get any grindy material in there. So let me get the air compressor on. You always think you're not going to need the air compressor. The only way you can make sure is to turn it on, and then you don't need it. It's only 78 degrees and the humidity isn't terrible. And I am about as dehydrated as a man can be. I mean, gulping Gatorade. Okay, so I got all 6 bell housing bolts in. It was tight, but I did it. They're all in and firmed up. I don't know what the torque spec is, but you couldn't do it if you tried. Let's see what else is. I'll tell you the truth. I put those 2 motor mount bolts in through the frame. I did them both in like 10 minutes. And Mick and I spent, I don't know how long doing it the other way. So I'm just glad I know how they work. So the one on the other side, the left side, I thought it was going to fight me, and it went in with relative ease. So I would get those kind of bolts that have the little stems on them. That helped. But this one, the right one went in with my fingers almost until contact with the lock washer. And I used the high collar British type, so that ought to hold them. And I tightened them to what I could, and I did remember to tighten up the oil drain plug. So I don't know how much more I can do because this has been pretty good. But this is a big moment right here. Don't seem like it, but this jack has been under here since the beginning. And there's my motorcycle jack, RTV, whatever you want to call it, jack. And so that is out of there now. And I can clean up underneath there a little bit. Then I can sweep up under there because I don't remember. There was a gigantic oil spill under there for some reason. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I remember what it was. It's when I fixed the transmission lines and they poured out real bad. Yeah, I remember that now. So we are just about there. And I can put starter on it. So let me go get that thing. I got her jacked up pretty good. And noise alert. All right. And there's my 2 starter wires. Is that what those are? How come there? I don't know. Let me put the starter in, and one of those bolts, I think, maybe I don't know. Just get the bolts and bolt it in, damn it. I'm gonna have to stop soon. Okay, but I'm through under here, I think. All right, so let's just let her down easy. Okay. This camera will be steady. Can you believe it? There we go. All right, there's my old blue hydraulic jack. So let's talk about where we are here. I've got the starter in right there. I double checked all my flex plate bolts. I've blown this out 3 or 4 times. And I don't know. I'm getting spacey. So let's tighten this up and then we'll say goodnight for tonight anyway. Because I can have some fun tomorrow. You got to remember to put the intake manifold loose and tighten the water pump. I can't remember. I kind of feel like it's best to put the heads on it. I just left those Velcros on there, and just to kind of protect things, and leave everything kind of loose, and then sort of tighten it all up as you go, so you're not pulling. You know, everything sort of can cinch together instead of you're fighting and pulling and stressing things, possibly cracking things. So I think I'll put the heads on it like it, just a real good finger pressure. valley pan. Can't do much about that with just them 2 bolts. Put that on. Put the intake gaskets with all the goo on it. And then put the front plate on it, because you got that little stupid O-ring that goes between the cover and the intake manifold, and just sort of go around and just sort of cinch it all together. So let's get the starter hooked up, the starter cables. I decided to run my earthing cable, grounding cable, to the bell housing. You can see it's sticking up and making a little S right there. And I'm going to do my classic zoom in, classic reach around that cable right here. And I don't know how many earthing cables this motor has, but as many as you want. It can't hurt, you know. So let me finish this up, and then I'm finished up. Took the little nut off that holds the starter, one of the little starter wire, and nothing is 11/30 seconds. You scamp. It pays to check these things, because you think you're not going to run into these odd sizes sometimes, and then you do. So let me go get an 11/30 seconds socket. When was the last time you did that? Like once every now and then you do. Funny. Well, I'm not going to talk about that song, because the last time I did I got demonetized. So let's not do that again. It don't really matter to me that much. But anyway, let's see. Starter's hooked up. I got the motor mounts in, the 6 bolts, all of the flex plate things in. It has been an unbelievable day. I am so happy. So tomorrow will be, there's my big blue type hefty bag. My Master Machinist hefty bag there. So we're going to be just fitting everything to the upper part of the motor tomorrow. And I got to put that seal in. There it is right there. And there's all the hardware for the front of the motor for this section. And we will just start going in. And I got my Mr. Gasket gaskets. Somebody made a joke about Mr. Gasket, thinking that was some kind of funny thing. Nothing funny about Mr. Gasket. And Mr. Peanut, maybe. But not Mr. Gasket. So I got everything laid out over here, ready to go. I got my fancy Permatex. Ow, to my back. Oh, my back. It just hurts. So these have been sleeping, waiting to go into service. So we will be doing that tomorrow. I guess that fit the original carburetor or something. I don't know. And hold on to these if you see them, because those go in your drain plugs on most GMs. And that's just extra gaskets over our nice gaskets. Oh, hooked. All right, well, I sure would appreciate it if you would subscribe and share and smash that like button right there. Don't forget to do that for me. And we will be going in tomorrow, but tonight we're going in, and we're going in the house. Good night. Thank you for watching and sharing time with me. And we will be doing our level best and all this stuff. I had a real difficult time with this video. I've spent a very long time trying to get it to look right and not be so choppy, but why are you doing that? Okay. Well, anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and please subscribe. Focus. And there you go. And subscribe and all that other good stuff. And I'll subscribe to you if you got a camera that focuses. I may need a new CamBot. What do you think? All right. Talk to you later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Ding, ding. Time for dinner. I got to make my dinner. Take a while. Guess I better get started. Bye-bye.